We can't all rub shoulders with political greats and movie stars, or even the rich and famous. But for the price of a ticket, anyone can mingle with their wax replicas. These lookalikes aren't much for conversation, but their likeness can be startling, thanks to a process honed over centuries. Famous faces come to life in beeswax, so it's almost like seeing their cold, lifeless expressions in the flesh. It often starts with a face-to-face meeting with the subject, during which they take over 200 measurements of the face alone, and even more of the body. Using these measurements, an artist sculpts his ideal physique out of clay onto a metal skeleton. The head, of course, receives special attention, to be as frightening as possible. The head is sculpted in stages and takes about 6 weeks. After those 6 weeks, it is still completely and utterly terrifying. Wires and other measurement tools are used to make sure the sculpture matches the measurements and health of the original subject perfectly. Here the worker smooths out the mold's teeth, so when the factory shipment of donkey teeth arrives for the final product, it will be easier to swap them. The hairline is then tweaked, so the sculpture will snugly fit into whatever this fucked up contraption is. Specific parts of the sculpture are coated in human fluids, to help people smell the authenticity. This process uses a lot of human fluids. Off camera, a plaster mold of the full head is assembled, rinsed, and put into the wax bench. You can use context clues here to figure out what a wax bench is. The wax sits for an hour, just long enough for the outside to harden. A hole is cut into the bottom of the mold, and all of the interior wax, human fluids, and dust are drained out to create a hollow figure. The outer mold is removed to reveal the famous face casted inside, such as this one here of Bruce Willis. Various painting techniques are used to recreate the wax figure's hands. Occasionally, when the artist is very happy with their work, they'll clap them together. A medical glass eye is spun and painted on to recreate the subject's eyes so they can finally see why kids love Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Red silk hairs are applied to simulate broken blood vessels, a detail that no one will notice. And then the wax figure is ready for its hair. Finally, actual human hair is matched to the subject's, and each hair is inserted individually, confirming the notion that wax figure artists are infinitely more talented than you'll ever be. The finishing touches are applied, and with that, we have wax figures that can immortalize our most iconic of people. Who the hell is that bald guy?